Good message. Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. Well, today we'll be focusing on the development with this school classification, or is it reclassification, or the policy in Osun State about the schools. We're joined this morning by Reverend Testimony Onifade, who is the Chairman, Christian Council of Nigeria, Osun State. He's also the State Vice Chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you.
Well, we do know that ever since this policy in Osun State came to fruition, there's been a lot of talk about it, and different shades of opinion, really. But what can you tell us now? Because we do know that the governor himself is making some moves to see how all of these disagreements can be settled. We know the Baptist Alumni Association are holding several meetings. What's going on now with this matter?
Thank you. The Sunrise program. We want to appreciate you for giving us the opportunity to come on the air. We thank God for this. I want to tell you that as CAN in Osun State, we are grateful to God that there are positive developments as things are going now. And I'm not here today to discuss the government or the governor, but to talk specifically on the policy as it's affecting lives and threatening the future of the innocent ones. Let me start by saying, by not discussing the governor, is to appreciate so many good things he's doing. He's a generous man, he's a cheerful man, very hardworking indeed. But on policies that has to do with education, specifically with the mission schools that have been the foundation for all we have become in Nigeria today. Because by the time the missionaries came, there was no any education other than the traditional, non-formal educational approach, which we have been using. And so today, it will be very, very unwholesome for anybody to rubbish the missionary activities. Nonetheless, let's go straight to the development as we're having them today. CAN as a body called Christian Association of Nigeria has been very, very concerned about some of those things. You know, when you talk of CAN, CAN doesn't have a school. CAN is an association, but CAN is an association of so many churches grouped into blocks, which we call Organization of African Instituted Churches, Christian Council of Nigeria Churches, Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, Catholic Secretariat, on and on like that. So those ones have churches, and that is why as CAN, we are there to play our role to protect the interest, godly interest, good interest of the people. As CAN, we are apolitical.
So is this reclassification policy of Osun State jeopardizing the interest of CAN?
If you say so, I will subscribe to an aspect in the sense that you can see the Pandora box being opened, the way things are going. Because if the way that experience we have gone through in some places like Oshogbo, in some places like Ejigo, some places like Oiwo.
What experience exactly?
To continue like that of what you read in the paper from time to time. People wearing different kinds of dresses to school. Uniform is for uniformity. And this has been what we inherited, even right from our own time too. When you are in a school, you wear uniform. When you are in a workshop, they give you uniform. Even it came to a level that every association or groups have one uniform or the other for identification. So uniform is for uniformity. And I want to thank God for the government of Osun State too. When the schools have uniform, hijab was not put on uniform. Government of Osun has never saw one hijab for anybody up to today. So I commend the effort of the government.
So where did this all come from? Because I'm happy that you're saying this.
Yes.
It's always good when we have reverend gentlemen who will look people in the eye and speak the truth. And now you're also based in Osun State, just as the government has said that they never for once approved the wearing of hijab in schools. So how did this all happen that we saw people coming in their different religious garments, even traditional worshippers?
You see, on principle and theoretically, when something is placed on record, it has been so long that this has been written, and there are documents to back that up. The government in Osun State, right from 2004, have a document which showed that any student who desires to use hijab must be restricted to Muslim public schools. Yes, I have the document I can show you. Muslim public schools, printed and gazetted by the government of the state. You see, and this has been in use, and up to today, no any other document has been produced to counter this.
When did you say that document was produced?
That was 2004. You can look at it yourself.
And is it still operational?
And it's still operational. And I thank God, even when there was need to go to court for some defense, this has been a principal document which the government upheld. But as you have rightly asked, you see, when you get to a situation where the policy created opened door for some miscreants, some people of selfish interest, some people with ulterior motive, who are trying to play it safe with the government, trying to impose their own ideation and idiosyncrasy on the people, there may be problem. And the effort of the government at such a point in time is to be proactive, is to voice out, to take a bold and courageous step, making sure that such an issue did not lead to, did not degenerate to a level that they might not be able to control it. And that is why what we are seeing now is. So in fact, in a situation where people wear hijab, it is not a new thing to wear hijab. Hijab is a religious dress where you need to wear it at the place where you need to wear them. Like as I've said here now, if you look at that document very, very well, nobody, whether at Christian level, at Muslim level, have ever got into this mess in the past. How? Because in the public Muslim schools, Muslims who are students in those places are allowed to wear them. In fact, the paper said that do not impose it on even Muslim students who are not willing to wear them. And that is it. Number two thing there is that but in Christian established schools where these have been in operation for so long, nobody can just wake up in the trick of an eye and try to impose that. It will create problem.
Tell us in Osun State.
So as it is now,
Reverend Onifade,